Chapter 1, Human Geography, Nature and Scope. You have already studied geography as a discipline in Chapter 1 of the book, Fundamentals of Physical Geography, NCERT 2006. Do you recall the contents? This chapter has broadly covered and introduced you to the nature of geography. You are also acquainted with the important branches that sprout from the body of geography. If you reread the chapter, you will be able to recall the link of human geography with the mother discipline that is geography. As you know, geography as a field of study is integrative, empirical, and practical. Thus, the reach of geography is extensive, and each and every event or phenomena which varies over space and time can be studied geographically. How do you see the Earth's surface? Do you realize that the Earth comprises two major components: nature, physical environment, and life form, including human beings? Make a list of physical and human components of your surroundings. Physical geography studies physical environment, and human geography studies the relationship between the physical natural and human worlds, the spatial distribution of human phenomena and how they come about, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world, how they came about, the social and economic differences between different parts of the world. You all are already aware of the fact that the core concern of geography as a discipline is to understand the earth as home of human beings and to study all those elements which have sustained them. Thus, emphasis is on study of nature and human beings. You will realize that geography is got subjective to dualism and wide the ranging debate started whether geography as a discipline should be a law making theorizing, that is nomothetic, or descriptive, that is ideographic, whether its subject matter should be organized and approach of the study should be regional or systematic, whether geographical phenomena be interpreted theoretically or through historical institutional approach. These have been issues for intellectual exercise, but finally you will appreciate that the dichotomy between physical and human is not a very valid one, because nature and human are inseparable elements and should be seen holistically. It is interesting to note that both physical and human phenomena are described in metaphors using symbols from the human anatomy. We often talk of the face of the earth, eye of the storm, mouth of the river, snout of the glacier, neck of the isthmus, and profile of the soil. Similarly, regions, villages, towns have been described as organisms. German geographer described the state country as a living organism. German geographer described the state or country as a living organism. Networks of road, railways, and waterways have often been described as arteries of circulation. Can you collect such terms and expressions from your own language? The basic questions now arises: can we separate nature and human when they are so intricately intertwined? Human geography defined. Human geography is the synthetic study of relationship between human societies and Earth's surface. Ratzel. Synthesis has been emphasized in the above definition. Human geography is the study of the changing relationship between the unresting man and the unstable earth. Allen C. Sample. Dynamism in the relationship is the key word in Sample's definition. Conception resulting from a more synthetic knowledge of the physical laws governing our earth and of the relations between the living beings which inhabit it. Paul Vidal de la Bleche. Human geography offers a new conception of the interrelationship between earth and human beings. Nature of human geography. Human geography studies the interrelationship between the physical environment and socio-cultural environment created by human beings through mutual interaction with each other. You have already studied the elements of physical environment in class 11th in the book entitled Fundamentals of Physical Geography, NCERT 2006. You know that these elements are landforms, soils, climate, water, natural vegetation, and diverse flora and fauna. Can you make a list of elements which human beings have created through their activities on the stage provided by the physical environment? Houses, villages, cities, road, rail networks, industries, farms, ports, items of our daily use, and all other elements of material culture have been created by human beings using the resources provided by the physical environment. While physical environment has been greatly modified by human beings, it has also in turn impacted human lives. Naturalization of humans and humanization of nature. Human beings interact with their physical environment with the help of technology. It is not important what human beings produce and create, but it is extremely important with the help of what tools and techniques do they produce and create. Technology indicates the level of cultural development of society. Human beings were able to develop technology after they developed better understanding of natural laws. For example, the understanding of concept of friction and heat developed us discover fire. Similarly, understanding of the secrets of DNA and genetics enabled us to conquer many diseases. We use the laws of aerodynamics to develop faster planes. You can see that knowledge about nature is extremely important to develop technology, and technology loosens the shackles of environment on human beings. In the early stages of their interaction with their natural environment, humans were greatly influenced by it. They adapted to the dictates of nature. This is so because the level of technology was very low and the stage of human social development was also primitive. This type of interaction between primitive human society and strong forces of nature was termed as environmental determinism. At that stage of very low technological development, we can imagine the presence of a naturalized human who listened to nature, was afraid of its fury, and worshipped it. Page number 3. Naturalization of humans. Panda lives in the wilds of the Abuj Madh area of central India. His village consists of 3 huts deep in the wilds. Not even birds or stray dogs that usually crowd villages can be seen in these areas. Wearing a small lion cloth and armed with his axe, he slowly surveys the panda, that is forest, where his tribe practices a primitive form of agriculture called shifting cultivation. Panda and his friends burn small patches of forest to clear them for wood cultivation. The ash is used for making the soil fertile. Banda is happy that the mahua trees around him are bloom. How lucky I am to be part of this beautiful universe, he thinks as he looks up to see the mahua, palash, and sal trees that have sheltered him since childhood. Crossing the panda in a gliding motion, Banda makes his way to stream. As he bends down to scoop a palmful of water, he remembers to thank Loi Lugi, the spirit of the forest, for allowing him to quench his thirst. Moving on with his friends, Banda chews on succulent leaves and roots. The boys have been trying to collect Khajra and Kuchla from the forest. These are special plants that Banda and his people use. He hopes the spirits of the forest will be kind and lead him to these herbs. These are needed to barter in the Madhai or tribal fair coming up the next full moon. He closes his eyes and tries too hard to recall what the elders had taught him about these herbs and the places they are found in. He wishes he had listened more carefully. Suddenly, there is a rustling of leaves. Banda and his friend know what it is the outsider. No, it is the outsider who have come searching for them in the wilds. In a single fluid motion, Banda and his friend disappear behind the thick canopy of trees and become one with the spirit of the forest. The story in the box represents the direct relationship of a household belonging to an economically primitive society with nature. Read about other primitive societies which live in complete harmony with their natural environment. You will realize that in all such cases, nature is a powerful force, worshipped, revered, and conserved. There is a direct dependence of human beings on nature for resources which sustain them. The physical environment for such societies become the mother nature. The people begin to understand their environment and the forces of nature with the passage of time. With social and cultural development, humans develop better and more efficient technology. They move from a state of necessity to a state of freedom. They create possibilities with the resources obtained from the environment. The human activities create cultural landscape. The imprints of human activities are created everywhere. Health resorts on highlands, huge urban sprawls, field orchards and pastures in plains and rolling hills, ports on the coast, oceanic routes on the oceanic surface, and satellites in the space. The earlier scholar termed this as possibilism. Nature provides opportunities and human being make use of these, and slowly nature gets humanized and starts bearing the imprints of human endeavor. Humanization of nature. Winters in the town of Trondheim means fierce window and heavy snow. The skies are dark for months. Kari drives to work in the dark at 8 am. She has special tires for the winter and keeps the headlights of her powerful car switched on. Her office is artificially heated at a comfortable 23 degrees Celsius. The campus of the university she works is built under a huge glass dome. This dome keeps the snow out in winter and lets in the sunshine in the summer. The temperature is controlled carefully and there is adequate lighting, even though fresh vegetables and plants don't grow in such harsh water. Kari keeps an orchard on her desk and enjoys eating tropical fruits like banana and kiwi. These are flown in from what, warmer areas regularly. With the click of the mouse, Kari can network with colleagues in New Delhi. She frequently takes a morning flight to London and returns in the evening in time to watch a favorite television serial. Though Kari is a 58-year-old, she is fitter and looks younger than many 30-year-olds in the other parts of the world. Can you imagine what has made such a lifestyle possible? It is technology that has allowed the people of Trondheim and others to overcome the constraints imposed by nature. Do you know about some other such instances? Such examples are not difficult to find. A geographer, Griffith Taylor, introduced another concept which reflects a middle path, Madhyam Marg in Hindi, between two ideas of environmental determinism and possibilism. He termed it as neo-determinism and or stop and go determinism. Those of you who live in cities and those who have visited a city might have seen that traffic is regulated by lights on the crossroads. Red lights mean stop, amber light provide a gap between red and green light to get set, and green light means go. The concept shows that neither is there a situation of absolute necessity, environmental determinism, nor is there a condition of absolute freedom, possibilism. It means that human beings can conquer nature by obeying it. They have to respond to red signals and can proceed in their pursuits of development when nature permits modifications. It means that possibilities can be created within the limits which do not damage the environment, and there is no free run without accidents. The free run which the developed economies attempted to take has already resulted in the greenhouse effect, ozone layer depletion, global warming, receding glacier, and degrading lands. The neo determinism conceptually attempts to bring a balance, nullifying the either or dichotomy. Welfare or humanistic school of thought in human geography was mainly concerned with the different aspects of social well being of the people. These included aspects such as housing, health, and education. Geographers have already introduced a paper as Geography of Social Well-being in the postgraduate curriculum. A radical school of thought employed Marxian theory to explain the basic cause of poverty, deprivation, and social inequality. Contemporary social problems were related to the development of capitalism. Behavioral school of thought laid great emphasis on lived experience and also on the perception of space by social categories based on ethnicity, race, and religion, etc. Fields and subfields of human geography. Human geography, as you have seen, attempts to explain the relationship between all elements of human life and the space they occur over. Thus, human geography assumes a highly interdisciplinary nature. It develops close interface with other sister disciplines in social sciences in order to understand and explain human elements on the surface of Earth. With the expansion of knowledge, new subfields emerge, and it has also happened to human geography. Let us examine these fields and subfields of human geography. Table 1.2. Table 1.1. Broad stages and thrust of human geography. Period. Early colonial period. Approaches. Exploration and description. Broad features. Imperial and trade interests promoted the discovery and exploration of new areas. An encyclopedic description of the area formed an important aspect of geographer's account. Later colonial period, regional analysis, elaborate description of all aspects of a region were undertaken. The idea was that all the regions were part of a whole, that is Earth. So understanding the parts in totality would lead to understanding of the whole. Page number 5. 1930s through the interwar period, areal differentiation. The focus was on identifying the uniqueness of any region and understanding how and why it was different from others. Late 1950s to the late 1960s. Special organization, marked by the use of computers and sophisticated statistical tools. Laws of physics were often applied to map and analyze human phenomena. This phase was called quantitative revolution. The main objective was to identify mappable patterns for different human activities. 1970s, emergence of humanistic radical and behavioral schools. Discontentment with the quantitative revolution and its dehumanized manner of doing geography led to the emergence of three new schools of thought of human geography. In the 1970s, human geography was made more relevant to the socio-political reality by the emergence of these schools of thought. Consult the box below to know a little bit more about these schools of thought. 1990s, postmodernism in geography. The grand generalizations and the applicability of universal theories to explain the human conditions were questioned. The importance of understanding each local context in its own right was emphasized. Human geography and sister disciplines of social sciences. Fields of human geography, subfield, interface with sister disciplines of social sciences. Social geography, behavioral geography, geography of social well-being, geography of leisure, cultural geography, gender geography, historical geography, medical geography, social geography, that social science is sociology, behavioral geography, psychology, geography of social well-being, welfare economics, geography of leisure, sociology, cultural geography, anthropology, gender geography, sociology, anthropology, women studies, historical geography, history, medical geography, epidemiology, urban geography, urban studies and planning, political geography, political science, electoral geography, physiology, military geography, military science, population geography, demography, settlement geography, urban rural planning. Page number 6. Economic geography, economics, geography of resources, resource economics, geography of agriculture, agricultural sciences, geography of industries, industrial economics, geography of marketing, business studies, economics and commerce, geography of tourism, tourism and travel management, geography of international trade, international trade. Exercises. Choose the right answer from the four alternatives given below. 1. Which one of the following statements does not describe geography? An integrative discipline, it's right. Study of the interrelationship between humans and environment, it's also right. Subjected to dualism, as mentioned in the text, it is also right. Not relevant in the present time due to the development of technology, it will be our answer, which is the wrong statement. Second, which one of the following is not a source of geographical information? Travelers' accounts, old maps, samples of rock materials from the moon, ancient appliques. Samples of rock materials from the moon, that is option C. Question number 3. Which one of the following is the most important factor in the interaction between people and environment? Human intelligence, technology, people's perception, human brotherhood. Answer is technology, as mentioned in the text. Which one of the following is not an approach in human geography? Quantitative revolution is the answer. Answer the following question in about 30 words. You can easily do it. Define human geography, you can find it in text, or you can also write by your common sense or conscience. Name some subfields of human geography. We have read it in the table. How is human geography related to other social sciences? We have also read it in the table. Answer the following question in not more than 150 words. Okay, length in 150 words. Explain naturalization of humans. You can write that paragraph, naturalization and humanization wala. Write a note on the scope of human geography. Okay, it is also doable. Okay, that's it. We have completed. We have read our chapter 1 of human geography class 12th, which is important for 12th board perspective and for UPSC CSE syllabus, NCRTs are also important. Okay, see you soon. Bye.